This is West of Dead. It's an open beta, and we're going to do a new run. So this has a very interesting voice actor. It's got Ron Perlman, if you're not familiar with who that is. He's got a very distinct sort of voice, and it fits perfectly for what this is. So we play as this kind of undead, weird-looking cowboy here, and it's kind of like a roguelite dungeon crawler. You go into rooms, you ignite stuff, and then you kind of pick your guns. You're never sure quite what you're gonna get, and the experience is always different as you run through the various rooms, and it's got a very, very stylistic style to it. But yeah, it looks very good. I love the animation. The look of it is truly distinct, and it's kind of really exciting to play. It's a bit simplistic, but it's interesting as you continue to go along and explore the environments and basically hone your skills and improve what your character can do. So this is an open beta, so obviously it's likely to kind of change over time or be expanded upon, because it is sort of a basic concept, I guess, but there's a fair bit to this. So there's these more like slumber and kind of monster things, and then we've also got some more dynamic enemies. It's got a very interesting sort of cover system to it, if that makes sense. So we got the shotgun right now, which is a little bit, powerful weapon, but a little bit slower. But as you can see, if we go up to this cover, you can actually use it. And that's a very interesting aspect of play, in my opinion, is the fact that this is this type of game, but you actually get a cover system. And it's almost like you're going through old school mines or a cellar or something. It's just like the artistic style in this one is fascinating to me. See, that guy's got a gun, so I want to be a little bit more tactical in what we're doing. So it kind of actually almost feels, not as a turn-based title, but just like the cover system sort of makes me feel as though this is slightly turn-based in nature, even though it's, not at all. But you get the idea and the concept that I'm trying to go for when I mention that. So that guy's dead. Let's move on. And I just love the flowing cape and everything, and the flames. It just looks very cool. It's a very different type of, I guess, almost mature sort of situation. Ooh, double-barreled. Nice. And then we go to these growing things, and we can improve ourselves. Do we want more firearm damage? Do we want more health? And you get to kind of pick. So there we go, and now we're a little bit tougher, and then we can jump over objects. And it's just a very dynamic series of rooms that you get to kind of venture through, and yeah, it's kind of interesting in my opinion. And I do find it rather fun and unique. Let's try to get through here. Kind of want something a little bit more of a fire rate. We're not getting to too many aggressive enemies, but it's going to start getting a little bit more tense as we continue to explore here. So I guess this is like a Purgatory, Wyoming, 1888. So that's the kind of time era we're dealing with. Very clear health bars as you attack enemies, and a good sort of twin stick style shooting to it, which I quite like. I really do enjoy twin stick shooters. And I think there's a lot of people out there that also do like that style of gameplay. And I need to take cover because I am getting shot. So I had a special side ability there. As you notice in the bottom left, you have kind of two options here, just in regards to how you're shooting and what kind of like secondary you have as well. I need to take cover because I'm getting shot up. So as much as it is like a kind of run and gun, it also is something where it's a bit of a cover-based shooting system. And then it's important to actually use the lighting, because that's going to help you see where enemies are if you can get to them fast. I'm going to move along here. And then at the bottom right, you also get, I don't know. You also get like the mini-map. You can see your iron, your soul count, and everything like that. It's kind of interesting. Blast these guys away. Oh, gotta get away from that TNT. But it's kind of authentic to the times while also having a sort of like fantasy sense to it, which is a little bit different. There's a secondary on that one. Oh, I'm gonna die, which is fine, because we want to start a new run and kind of show off how that is. I don't know if we're quite hitting that guy. But that's the cool element of the lighting system in this, is you don't exactly know where your enemies are unless you can actually visibly see them. And that's gonna really change up the kind of dynamics at play here. So it uses light to its advantage, cover system, interesting characters, a weird monstrous style, which is kind of fun. Because these are like, I don't know if you can call them like zombies, but they're very creepy looking monsters, that's for sure. And the kicking too, I don't know if you've noticed that, but you can actually get up close and personal and give any creatures that get in your way a little bit of swift kick. So there are little things to discover. Get a little bit of heal going on there, not a whole lot. It is kind of a hardcore thing. Also, like the bosses that come into play. The Wendigo. Ooh, damn, that thing slaughtered me. And then we're going to be able to begin another run here. Back in the main menu system. The Flaming Skull. And another run.
No one remembers dying.
Yeah, no one remembers dying. Now we're back in the crypt. We can also speak to our local barkeep guy. I should also mention that since we are on Xbox One X, we are getting a 4K resolution with HDR support, and this is a single-player game. Procedural generations for hunting, and it's dark and gritty. Yeah, okay. It's kind of the opening segment. So that's generally how the gameplay is. See something a little bit different, so like a musket or a 4-shot revolver. Let's do the revolver this time, just to be a little bit different and have like the quick little shot going on, or the quicker shot going on in this one. And you really do kind of get to explore at your own pace, which is nice. Look around, discover things, deal with different environments. It seems to have a good sense of procedural generation, just because the environments are always feeling and looking a little bit different, which is nice. Maybe finish this guy off here. Good. Continue to move along. And it seems to have a fair bit of content. With these ones, my main issue is, you know, kind of like how you feel progression-wise, the sense of the world. Is it varied enough that you're going to continue to come back here and keep rolling with this? Because, I mean, with the roguelites, it's like, you're kind of repetitively doing the same sort of thing, right? You're going through an area, you're dying, you're starting again. And I think this one's got like a really cool, sort of like gloomy, but really awesome looking sense of environment to it. Gonna blast these guys away. Oh crap, we gotta deal with those guys too. They get a lot of damage, not good. Let's see if we can just kick this guy down. Losing a lot of health. Yeah, I do find the cover system interesting. That's like a dynamic you don't normally see in this type of game. And the fact that cover can actually get blown up too. We need to get the light going. But we've died. Oh no. But that's fine. We can start another run and show off something else. That's a little bit different, right? And you're not necessarily seeing like a lot of purpose to the runs and stuff like that. But keep in mind that this is like a beta to kind of get an idea of things like that. And I think the voiceover works really good too. It's a very like well-known sort of voice. Let's try the flintlock here and see what we can do with this gun. So even the start of this is a little bit different every time. It just depends if you like this type of game, you know, whether or not you're going to really be thrilled with it or not. But I think it's got like a really cool sort of vibe going on with it. Something a little bit different. A little bit edgy, a little bit dark, a little bit tense, and blast these guys away. And it is nice to kind of get a beta thing for this one, because I think this was sort of a really unexpected title. It's not something that I anticipated. It just kind of came out of the blue. I think I saw like something about the page the other day of like a title that was going to show up, but it was just kind of shown off during the stream, and then here it is, and we get to give it a whirl. Kind of neat. I'm sort of sold on the concept of it. I just want to see how far they take certain elements of play to keep it dynamic and interesting. Because it does have like a really cool vibe. It kind of reminds me, I think the game was called A Silent Night or something, but that was like a black and white. But just the art style kind of feels similar to that one for me, which is interesting. Blast these guys away. We are getting shot from the side there. Not using the cover very effectively. Try and finish this guy off. To reload and move around here, get a shot. Uh-oh. There we go, nice. It's just got like a really neat sort of mood. And the flaming skull head is kind of cool too. It's kind of like a really weird looking King's Quest guy, you know what I mean? It's just his general style, it's kind of interesting. Uh-oh, what are we dealing with here? Big room. Anyways, that's West of Dead and the beta. Kinda cool. I enjoy checking it out.